Friends, welcome back. Very good morning. This is Ravi Kanth, Ravi. So, friends, can you hear me?
Yes, Ravi Kanth, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, friends. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. So, friends, let me brief myself. This is Ravi Kanth. I was been working for the company Profix and for the client VMware. I'm having 12 years of experience. So, I was working as an automation test lead when I started in that company. So, I'm having on-site experience for 1 year. So, if I can work for the client VMware in the VMware only in California. Okay. So I was written US. Right now I was giving corporate trainings on Selenium automation. So to learn Selenium, the prerequisite is we must know some programming knowledge like Java, C Sharp, Ruby, or Python. Any of these language bindings, you must be aware of that. If you don't know, nothing to worry. So we are starting from the scratch, starting with Java sessions. So the Java will be like 20 hours. After that, we'll go with the Selenium. We go with the yes. So, and we'll be using the DevOps tools like Maven, GitHub Server, Jenkins. DevOps tools. Go with the 12 hours. So in this, we cover like Maven, GitHub, Jenkins. So Maven is the project what you're building that will be managed in the Maven. Maven is a build versioning control tool. All our project builds will be organized will develop in Maven. After developing using Maven, that source code will be organized in a GitHub server. GitHub server is a centralized repository where your developed codes will be put in a GitHub server to access anywhere. Okay, once you organize in GitHub server, and next Jenkins will pull that code from GitHub server and it will schedules to execute your developed builds from GitHub server, and it will schedule automatically how the manner you configure, like hourly or daily or weekly, or whenever you commit the code in a GitHub server, how the manner you want to schedule your developed builds through Jenkins. We can schedule. Jenkins is a scheduler which schedules your developed codes through Jenkins. You see, is all the CDCI tools. So 12 hours will be occupied with these DevOps tools like Maven, GitHub Server, and Jenkins. And like frameworks. We go with SNG framework. Next, we go with the page object model, data-driven approach, and next is hybrid framework, and next is so these are the frameworks. Totally, it will be like 3 months. Course's duration is like 3 months. So once we go with the Java completion, then we go with Selenium, and parallel in the Selenium, in weekends I'll be taking the DevOps tools, Maven, GitHub Server, and Jenkins. 2-3 weekends I'll be taking, like 2-3 weekends. I will tell that in which weekend I will be taking that DevOps tools. On that day, you'll be joining that sessions for this DevOps and frameworks. So altogether 3 months it will take. The benefits you'll get. My training is you'll be getting that soft copy material. of copy material for Java and Selenium. And second benefit is you will be getting the recordings for 6 months is the minimum, max 1 year. Minimum is 6 months, and on request basis, I am going to be extend 1 year. Actually, only the recordings is for only 6 months, friends. On request basis, I'll be extending to six more months extra. Okay, and we'll share that source code for Java and Selenium, the project programs, whatever I developed in front of you, right? So all the source codes I will be sharing with you with through GitHub server. Whatever the code I developed day basis, that I'll be committing the code in a GitHub server. The GitHub link I'll share to you. So as a reference, you can pull the code from there. You can practice yourself for your practice purpose. Okay, we'll share the source code for Java and Selenium. And the one more positive benefit is like of joining my classes. So you can gain the knowledge like a 6 to 8 years experience guy, how he can manage the work. Okay, that much confidence you can experience after completion of my 3 months of course. Okay, we'll gain 6 to 8 years experience guy. You can gain knowledge. It is experience guide. Okay, so these are the benefits you'll be getting after of completion of these 3 months of course. Okay, so friends, hope everyone as I think most of the people are working people. I think some are non-IT, some are IT, some are migrating from manual to automation, if I'm not wrong. So is everyone freshers or anyone in experience is there? Is everyone working employees in manual testing? Is any freshers? Nothing to worry. So my classes will be any person, every person can enjoy my classes working in it. Okay, fine. So don't worry. The people, the most people feels like fumbling. Ravi, we don't know anything. What Java we have to learn? Yes, friends. The Java we are not developers. We are the testers. We are not required any Spring frameworks, Spring Boot frameworks, Hibernates like this. These are all the development frameworks. For automation, we have the frameworks. These are the frameworks we concentrate. And the thing is, common thing we have to concentrate as developer and tester is that core OOPS concepts. Even in Java or C Sharp or Ruby or Python, whatever the language binding you prefer to automate your scripts, any of the language binding you prefer, in that language bindings, we require core OOPS concepts. All OOPS concepts like classes, interfaces, abstract classes, inheritance, polymorphism, constructors, method overloading, method overriding, exception handling, collections, strings, debugging, loopings, okay, typecastings, getting friends? Okay, for loops, if conditions, strings, arrays, debugging, all these concepts are comes on OOPS concepts. Everything will be covering in this Java for 20 hours. And also I'll be giving you some practice programs for you practice concept base. I was maintaining some beautiful um, 1 second. Having some concept base sites I was maintaining here for practice friends. So Java dump and pattern programs practicing, string practicing, collections practicing, exception handling, and for Java keys like this, I'm maintaining some references for your practice purpose. So concept based, whatever we discuss, we'll be giving you some assignments for practice friends. So is still here? Is everyone clear? What I was covering? What are the benefits you get in this? Is everyone clear? Till here?
Yes, sir. Is any Python also is going to cover on these sessions?
No, sir. This is a Selenium with Java. This is the session
Okay.
with Selenium with Java, sir. Selenium with Java. Java plus
Okay.
DevOps test frameworks. Okay, and lastly we'll be doing lastly we'll be doing one some project on hybrid framework and Cucumber. Okay, after knowing all these frameworks, so on hybrid framework I'll take one application. In that I will be making you to automate in implementing all the hybrid framework syntaxes. So Cucumber framework, in Cucumber framework we'll take one application. So in hybrid framework I will take CRM Salesforce application. In Cucumber I will take an e-commerce application. Different applications I will take to automate 3 test cases on this, 3 test cases on this. And finally I will move these programs to the GitHub. From there I will schedule through Jenkins and sending the mails to respective team after completion of execution happen. Okay, now in these two frameworks in the market, these two frameworks are goes on. In these two frameworks we'll be implementing all these things. In hybrid framework we use TestNG, page object mode, data driven, everything will be there. Even Cucumber, so we'll take data from where? From Excel data driven will be there, page object to TestNG. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So 1 month will be occupied with these frameworks and project only. So out of 3 months, 1 month will be occupied with Java, 1 month will be occupied with Selenium. Okay. Anyhow, weekends will be covering DevOps tools. In 1 month, we'll be talking about frameworks and project. Altogether 3 months it was. Okay. Altogether 3 months. Okay. Fine. So friends, see, let's start the Selenium introduction. Okay, fine. So what is the testing? Why do we do a testing? Come on, can anyone tell me the answer? What is the testing? Why do we do a testing?
For quality.
For quality. The kind of quality? What is the kind of quality? Quality in the sense? Is it quality ice cream? Come on. Quality in the sense? In what aspect?
To clear the bugs in the application
Sorry?
or in the website. To clear the bugs in the application before we launch the application.
Yes, in quality in the sense, bug-free application, defect-free application. In making the application is defect-free. Friends, whenever you develop any build or any project or anything you develop, without testing, no product is released or launched into the market. Right, friends? Even mobiles or cars or whatever application you have been developing, thoroughly it must be tested before releasing into the market. You are in the intention to reach your business to the end customers. How the end customers will reach your business? Once your expectations are reaching the actual behavior, then only end customers will attract your business, right? Doing good business and referring more people, like okay, we can lead in the market. So anything you develop, you must reach not only in one sector of application, every sector testing is mandated. Without testing, we cannot release your product into the market. So example, take your developed one mobile. You developed one mobile, so you want to launch it. I think Apple 12 series has come, I think, right? 12 series recently it was launched, I think. So before releasing into the market, they have worked to develop that, with adding some features in Apple 12 series and with some specifications, some new advanced features. That features are working or not, we have to test it, right friends? Test it, and once everything is fine, if any during testing, if any defects you noticed, you'll be fixing that, retesting that and releasing it to the market. And the same way, you're manufacturing a car with some specifications. Recently Jeep Thar I think, right? And Mahindra Thar has released 4x4, right? It's a SUV, 18-inch tires. So it's a unique features now Mahindra Thar has released. There are some specifications to build to release migrating to the old Thar, Mahindra Thar to new Thar with some specifications. Is there every specification is reaching as per expected actual or not? So testing my car not only in one platform road, my testing is not enough. So if I test my Mahindra Thar car on highway roads, is my testing is enough? No. It's a I want to reach the car to the all end customers. So end customers will stay in different localities like in cities, in towns and villages, in hill areas, in forest roads, in all area roads my people stay. So it's a SUV car, 18-inch car, 18-inch tire SUV car bus. We can travel that car in all the road aspects. We can even by the car we can travel with forest roads because very huge tires of us, 18 inches. We can go hill areas also. We buy this car, we can go hill area also. And highway roads we can travel, village roads we can travel, town roads we can travel. So friends, the types of roads are vary, right? Village, town, all those things. So village roads are mud roads, and town roads like cement, concrete, cement roads, and like city roads are the blacktop roads, and forest roads are zigzag roads, and hill areas are peak roads. All the road aspects I must travel the car, then only I can justify that yes, my car is defect free. Okay, so I must travel in all the road aspects in applying different gates and different road platforms and different loads. Okay, all these things we have to apply during testing. During testing, any defects I noticed, I will fix it, I rectify it, I'll fix it and retest it, and I'll be releasing into the market. So not only this, any mobiles or cars or applications, even coming to the applications, you would like to develop one application, okay, that application with some specifications, that all specifications are reaching as actual expected or not, to validate is the testing. Okay, during this testing, if you noticed any issue, you will fix it and rectify it. If no defects are there, you will deploy into the production server. Okay, now so testing my application only in a Windows platform and in a Chrome browser, my job is not done, because I want to reach my business to the end customers. End customers can open your business, be in their locations. They might be open your business in Windows with Chrome in some person. Some person can open Mac with Safari. Someone can open Mac with the Firefox. Someone can open Windows with Internet Explorer. Someone can open Linux with some other browsers. So compatibility I need to check, like how we check the car traveling in different platform roads to ensure my car is traveling in all the road aspects. The similar way, cross browser, cross platform testing is must be happen when any application was being developed. Okay, Windows with all the browsers, okay, Mac with all the browsers, Linux with all the browsers. We have to conduct the testing to ensure my product is defective product. If you test only in one platform in one browser, if another platform browser is not working, users will not interact. You just cannot turn to your business. You might lose some customers, valid customers. Getting it? To ensure that my product is defective product, before launching into before deploying to the production server, make sure to test that application in all platforms, in all the browsers, to ensure my product is defective product. Yes, once it is defect free, then you deploy that developed code, tested code, deploy into the production server in making availability for the end customers. Then end customers can use your business in purchasing the products while traveling in any other platform and any browsers. So testing is mandated. That testing should be happening cross browser, cross platform testings, like how we car is tested, like how the mobile, even mobile also we have tested all the browsers on all the platforms. We have so many mobile operating systems on there, right? Android and iOS, something like this, something so many are there, right? Platforms. Okay. Like this, we have to conduct the testing. Without testing, no product is released into the market. Simple to say, to ensure my product is defect-free product, we must test the products. We must test the applications before releasing or before deploying into the servers. Okay, now, friends. Now, let's see, friends, here. If you have any requirements to develop, where would you develop, friends? In which environment you develop? Do you develop in production server? What, friends? Do you develop in a production server? The code is deployed in production. If you have any requirement to develop with specifications, do you develop in production server?
No.
The test server we develop in.
Sorry?
Is it test server, like testing server? Something.
No, sir.
No, in
No, not
development
this server.
dev
We call
server
as
they
a
will develop.
non-production servers. In real time, we have a servers like production servers, non-production servers. Do anyone heard about the things? Production server. We have non-production server. Okay, na? Production server, non-production servers we have in the companies we are working with that. So production server is like generally we are opening the applications. How manner we are opening HTTP or HTTPS ://www.amazon.in or .com or .uk, whatever it was. This is called production URLs. Oh shit. These are called production URLs. In production server, the code is deployed means in the production server, what code is deployed that can be accessed with this production URL. Non-production servers are meant for to develop the applications, is meant for to test the applications. If any development, any testing to happen, will not be done development in production server, not meant to test in the production server. Production server is meant for to do the business by the end customers, not for development, not for testing purpose. If any development, any testing needs to be happen, yes, what they will do, internal companies will have a non-production servers for development team, separate non-production server, for testers team, separate non-production server, and for performance tuning, separate user acceptance, separate non-production server, like this, maintaining separate. So dev one, like something like this. Dev one, the production, when any requirement comes, the production code is the latest code that on the top of that code we are developing new features. So what the deployment team will do, deployment team will be taking the code from the production server, all the existing code. On top of, I must add the new features, deploying that code into the dev1 server. The dev1 servers will be accessed like this: dev1 www-dev1.amazon.in. The development team will be interacting this dev1 non-production server and developing the new features. Okay. After that, testers will be involving. They'll be having for testers separate non-production server will be there to conduct the testing on that, developed features like test one. There is no impact of development and testing here. So development activity goes on here, and testing or test on test one server, testing will be goes on here. Friends, when developers developing that new features, they'll be following the agile methodology. They'll be following the agile methodology process, parallel development, parallel testing process. Okay, the development will be happen at dev1 server in using agile methodology process, breaking down the new specifications into multiple sprints. In agile process, the functionalities will break down into multiple sprints. Like suppose functionality I was breaking down into 4 sprints, as sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, and sprint 4. So breaking that functionalities into 4 parts, like 4 sprints. In agile process, we talk like sprints. The sprint age can be calculated based on the functionality. Don't estimate that each sprint should be complete within these days. No, based on the functional specification, the age can be calculated. Suppose sprint 1 can take 4 days to develop. A sprint 2 can take 1 day to develop, whereas sprint 3 can take 10 days to develop. Okay, na? Based on the functionality, it may take, and it might take only 2 days to complete. So each sprint is developed by separate teams in the developers. Of course, there'll be each team will be assigned with separate sprint. Which sprint is done earlier, that sprint code will be deployed into the tester server. You know, if any people are working, the deployments will happen daily, regular basis. Some companies, even production based companies, the every day some piece of code will be developed, because production companies will be keep on developing, keep on deploying, keep on testing every day. Yes. So some sprints, see, now I'm saying some sprints take 4 days, 1 day. So day basis, the sprints will be developed. Day basis, on that day only they'll be deploying. On that day they'll be testing that. Some cases The project based, not product based. Project based means it's a 6 months project or 1 year project. That based companies, they'll be breaking down functionalities as sprint basis like this. The sprint basis not be the same days. Some is 4 days, some is 10 days, someone it takes 1 month also. Okay, na? Like this. In some companies, each sprint, daily one sprint, they'll be calculating and deploying in a test servers to conduct the testing like this. Okay, na? Yeah. Whichever sprint is done development, that sprint code is being deployed into the test one server. Okay, na? Yeah. So here testers will be involving in conducting the regression testing. So on what the functionalities were being developed here. Okay, for all the developed functionalities, existing functionalities, all needs to be tested in the test one environment server as a regression we call regression testing. So friends, how many cycles of regression testing will be done? The testers will be involving in doing the regression testing. How many cycles? Can anyone tell me, friends? If anybody works currently, how many cycles of regressions we do generally? Can anyone? How many cycles of regressions we do generally? If anybody working really real time now, can anyone tell me in your company how many cycles of regressions we do? No one? Friends, generally 2 to 3 cycles. 2 to 3 cycles. 2 to 3 cycles of regressions generally goes because here friends we are following the agile process, parallel development, parallel testing. So within one cycle of regressions we cannot justify my product is defect free because some of the features has to be, some of the sprints has to be developed. So instantly whatever it is done, it is deploying and we are testing it. That's why within one cycle we cannot. 2 to 3 cycles of regressions we do to justify that my product is defect free product after deploying the new code into the test one server. Okay, while testing in regression only, we justify in 2 to 3 cycles of regressions. In these 2 to 3 cycles of regressions, if you find out any defects, if actual expected behaviors are not reaching, then you will be raising a defect. We'll be retesting it. We will be rectifying it, and we'll be fixing it again, retesting it, and we'll continue the regression process. Okay, now once all test cases, all the features, all the functionalities was being tested in regression 2 to 3 cycles, if it is a defect free product, then they'll be having some separate performance tuning will be happen here. Performance team will tune the performance of that application. So friends, as per suppose you are putting ADM card, within a second I must get a response, the UI to select the options withdrawal or mini statement or deposit like this. If it is taking 3 minutes, no one will wait that much time. So we have to check the performance, stress testing, endurance testing, like all those things. Okay, performance tuning of applications will be done by the performance team. Once testers done their functional testing, the code is deployed into the perf server, non-production server. Performance team will be involving to check the performance of each feature, the response time of all the pages, elements, all those things. Of that UAT, user acceptance testing. For user acceptance testing, separate server will be there. And stage, we having some separate server will be there. Like these all are non-production servers. These all are called non-production servers. These non-production servers will be accessed in this manner. Okay, now the development team will develop in this dev one server. Testers team will be involving in doing the regression testing in test one server 2 to 3 cycles. Once it is done, it is deployed to the performance server. Performance team will be involving here in doing the performance tuning of all the features as expected response is coming or not. And user acceptance testing, the code is deployed in UAT, user acceptance testing will be done of that. It came to certain stage now, so it will be deployed into the stage server. Here we do the smoke executions. Smoke executions. So friends, here regression means the complete functionality. Suppose think here we have 100 test cases to do the regression testing. Okay, na? Yes, 2 to 3 cycles, we have did all 100 test case execution. Once you feel defect-free, then the stage come to the stage here. So now here we do smoke execution. Smoke testing means what? Here, out of these 100 regression test cases, very high level scenarios I was identifying among these 100, 20 or 15, whatever it was. 20 test cases, I feel these are the high level scenarios. If these high level scenarios will not work, means dependent to this, remaining 80 will not work. The such kind of high level scenarios I was identifying from the regression as 20, and on that 20 test cases I was doing the smoke executions or smoke testing, whatever it was. Smoke testing on 20 test cases. In smoke testing, high level scenarios 20 are not working properly. Anything is not working properly. Here itself I'll be fixing, rectifying that, retesting that, and continuing the smoke executions. Once all 20 smoke test cases was done successfully, then this complete code is deployed into the production server. Deploy into the production server. Again, we will be doing the smoke testing 20 test case on production server. To confirm that after deploying the stage code into the production server with all functionalities got reflected in the production image or not properly, the same 20 smoke testing cases execution will do here. High level testing, right? Yes. To ensure that too, friends, nothing will be happen, nothing will be developed, nothing will be tested in production server until unless the smoke executions. That too, the smoke executions on production server will be held on 0 business hours. Because why? Production server is meant for the end customers to do the business, not for testing and development. Because some new patches, some new enhancements were deployed in production server, whether all are reflected properly in the production server or not. To ensure, we will be conducting the smoke testing, whatever be done in a stage, the same will be done here. Okay, na? Like we know in late nights or in the early mornings, we get like, sorry to regret, the service will be no more for 1 hour because of due to some maintenance, we'll get some bankings like this kind of thing. That because of some new enhancements, new patches are going to be deployed that during the time. In our Indians, in late nights, we'll be getting like in US also late nights only. We are doing smoke executions from India, being from India, and early morning we are doing smoke executions on production server for US people, I think, right? Just like this. Okay. Once everything this flow is done, okay, development is done, testing will develop, testing team will be involving in doing the testing, performance tuning, user acceptance testing, and staging. Here do the smoke executions. The same smoke will be done in the production server. Now code is in line now. Though with 100 all the test cases are deployed here in the production server, so end customers can open that application like this. John.in like this. Okay. So 1 second, it is open, right? Because it is a production. If I give like www-test12, now will it be open now? No. Internal companies will be maintaining. The production code will be deployed to the test12 instance. Then that can be navigated like this. Of course, now the site cannot be reachable because test12 Amazon is not there in the test12 instance. A dummy I was calling here. If it is there in my system, test12 instance is there. If that is point that is point to the test12 means, then it opens with this navigating this URL. Okay, na? Yes. Understood, friends? So as the testers, we'll be involving here. We'll be involving in test instance server. We'll be involving in UAT. We'll be involving in stage. We'll be involving in a production, friends. Developers will be involving here. Performance team will be involving here in doing performance tuning. Developers to develop the new enhancements. As testers in test servers here, the test instance names can be anything, friends. The company will be named that. If suppose if we got any request, the deployment team will be arranging separate instance servers with the name dev1, dev12, dev15, whatever. For testers also relevant. What is the dev1 means? Test1. If it is a dev level means it's a test level. Like relevantly, they will be maintaining the instance servers. The production code is deployed here, development done, testing will done, performance done. Like this, the cycle goes on like this. What else? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which instance you got a request to execute? The simple that instance simple in one location will change. That instance URLs will be loading, friends. Just for your understanding, I'll show you, friends. I already developed for one of the batch. Okay, just for your understanding, I'm showing you. See, friends. So morning 7 a.m. one batch is going on. For that, I'll show you. Here I'll be using some properties class in Java, friends. Using that. So friends, you know, environments we have production environment is there, dev environment is there, stage is there, test is there, like this. So here I created some environment.properties files. The property file will be like as a normal notepad .txt file, how it look like. The property files also will be like same like as a text pad or notepad. Here in this environment.properties, it will take the data in the form of key value. This is called a key in the left side, right side we call as a value. As key I was giving meaningful name called env, and which environment you would like to load the URL. Production, yes, I given prod. So if it is prod means that value related property file I must maintain here. See here, prod.properties there, right? See here. Here I was maintaining all Amazon, HDFC, ICICI as a production URL. www like this, right? Suppose if environment.property, if I give like a test 12, environment, if I set as test 12 means the test 12.properties file should be there. So what it contains, test 12 URLs of Amazon or HDFC or ICICI will be there like this. If I give here as a stage in environment.properties, if I give as a stage, so then stage.properties file should be there. It will contain all the stage like this, stage URLs. So here, if I'll be running for you, I'm getting one just for to make you understand. Everything will make dynamic, friends, the programs. Don't worry what I was doing, okay? Just only observe it. So friends, this init is a method I was defined in my user defined class base test. In this class I defined, friends. See, if I control click on this, init method is there from the base test class. Don't worry what I was showing, just for your understanding a glance I was showing you. Okay, so in this I was loaded this environment.properties files. In this environment.properties, what is the value I set here? That value property file I need to load. E stands for E can be take a dev, E can take a test1, E can take a dev1, whatever it was. After loading this environment property, I was loading the key base value. The key base value, what is the value was that I stored into the E. That value dot properties I was opening here, friends. Just observe here. Now here in environment properties I have given env equal to stage, right? If I run this demo.java, see what is giving stage and stage you are loading or not. Of course, I didn't navigate in the browser. I printed just now here. Now, if I change my environment.properties to the test 12, if I run the demo.java, yes, it's loading test 12 instance or not? You are not. Okay, now if I change my environment.properties as prod, simple in one location I was changing. That changes is reflecting to open that instance URL. See how dynamic my code was. See, it was opening production URL. Understood, friends? right? If you get any request, in which instance you are supposed to execute? Is a stage or test production? A simple you come and change this one location according to the value, that value property file is loading in that respective URL is loading. Okay, na? Like this. Is everyone clear? Perfect. Is the logic I written for this here like this. We will discuss all those things, what all those things. Just a glance, I want to show you the concept came here, the instance you are talking about, how we are loading that URLs dynamically. That's I shown you by understanding this. Perfect. Is everyone clear? Perfect. Okay, so that is the day one demo, friends. Tomorrow we'll see day two demo. So tomorrow I'll be explaining you what are the concepts I'll be covering and glance in showing the document. We'll discuss the highlight what we are going to be discuss in the entire 3 months course. Okay, and we'll see some differences between the automation tools. These are the agenda for the tomorrow's session. Friends, is everyone clear? Any more queries? Any more doubts? Tomorrow, demo 2, we are starting demo 2, describing the concepts of what I was discussing elaborately, detailedly. We discuss as a one day glance, okay, for your understanding. And we'll see some automation tools differences. That is the agenda for tomorrow. Okay, na?
Yes.
If you don't have any queries, now we're going to start for today, friends. You will be getting the recordings as of for this 1 week. You can watch the recordings in a YouTube, friends. The day basis, whatever I was discussing, the first 1 week you'll be watching in a YouTube. From second week onwards, I'll be sharing you the recordings from my end. Okay, na? I'm from non-IT field, having 3 years of gap. Can you suggest me what should I do? So Renika, don't worry, madam. So you having 3 years of experience, even though you're non-IT, don't worry. So everything is coming from the scratch. The prerequisite to learn SELENIUM is some programming knowledge. That programming knowledge is Java. We are selecting that we are starting from the scratch for 20 hours. After that, only we are going with this. My course will help the people for fresher people or experienced people, the people who are migrating, who are non-IT. Yes, every person can work happily. They can gain knowledge like 6 to 8 years of experience guy after completion of that. Who are the people, what type of people, what kind of people, doesn't matter. You will be in this position. Yes, the only thing is I want to be regular to the classes and assignments what I give you must do that. Okay, na? And just follow the recordings and please do practice, be regular to the classes. That's it. Okay, na? But don't keep in your mind like oh, I was non-IT, I was very bad, lack of that knowledge of the, even I was IT, I was very lack of knowledge. Can I sustain in the market? See, friends, if you keep a negative in your mind, always be in the negative, you cannot move forward. If anybody keep that words in your mind, just remove from the mind. Just be as a fresh. It's a fresh class. Don't worry. Feel free. Believe me and trust me. Blindly follow what I was says. Just do the practice, whatever I give. That's it. Definitely you'll be in this position. 6 to 8 years experience guy. How much he will have a confidence? That much confidence you'll build after completion of my classes. Okay, na? Don't, friends. Don't be excited. Don't be panic. Okay. Yes, jobs are there. Yes, but only thing is talented people are not there. That I can make you aware of all those concepts. So my classes will be like a framework level. So you have seen so many YouTube channels. The people are saying just standard programs. Standard programs will never write in your real-time process. Like this, everything we write a dynamic in the methods only. Everything dynamic. See how we have loaded the instance URLs dynamically. Like this, so many functionalities I defined here. For launching a browser, see so many things I implemented here. For launching a browser, this much. The people generally used to give only this one statement, driver equal to new Chrome driver. See, I did so many things for Firefox, so many things I did. Got it? Here for clicking on element, for typing a text, I was writing one more method here, get locators, what locator base you want to click, and also I made dynamic. Everything I made dynamic. Okay now. So everything we write as a reusable functions, as dynamic programs we write. So for your understanding, making you understand standalone program, I'll be framing in front of you. Parallelly, I will be converting them into reusable functions that will be used for any kind of projects. Some functionalities are generic, some functionalities are specific to the project. The steps which are generic, okay, that any project can be used that functions. Some of the functionalities are specific to that project, only that functionality works. That's some kind of functionality specific will be defining like this. That can be used only for the one project. So like this, we are writing all the reusable functions. Whatever operations we do, everything else reusable functions will be managing. So parallelly, I'll make to happen standalone program, and parallelly, I like these reusable functions, I'm making to happen. Okay, na? Okay, friends. Java is copy paste code. No, you must know the concepts. No, it's not a copy paste. Who said copy paste? See, if you know the concepts, see, if any programs are there in the online, you can get just copy paste. See, not only Java. If you know the concepts, how to use, where to use, when to use, it will save the time. It will save the time. You can just copy the codes in the, you can search that concept. The concept examples will be getting that code. You can make it in your projects. That's copy code. Not only for Java, any project. If you know the syntaxes, rules and regulations, when to use, what to use, where to use, then you can see all the codes are live, right? All the codes are there in the YouTube, or you can find in Google also, right? Okay, don't say like only copy paste. It means everything is copy paste only, but you should know what to use, when to use, how to use. Okay, na? You know the concepts, easily you can copy paste. No need to stress. Earlier, starting in 90s, the people used to build all the codes there themselves only. But nowadays, everyone has developed. We are just using that. That's it. Okay, na? Yeah. Okay, friends, done for today. Done for today. We'll meet tomorrow, same timing, with continuation of this demo 2 of Selenium. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.